This episode is brought to you by all of our patrons. To become a patron, head over to patreon.com/makeusbetter. This week's executive producers are Nick from Next Level Games, Joel Brooks, James Johnson, Sheldon Benedict, and a big thank you to our newest executive producer, Jesse Armstrong. Thank you.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of the Nintendo PlayStation Podcast. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by my best friend in all the land, Toby. What is up, Toby?
Hello, Bobby.
Hello,
How
Toby.
you doing? How you doing, Bobby?
I'm wonderful, man. I'm tired as hell, but I'm wonderful.
Yeah, you look tired.
Oh my god, dude. These kids, they're gonna kill me, man. They're gonna be the death of me. I don't have kids, mind you. But when I say kids, I mean the kids, Gabe Hills, Mitchell Popish, James Johnson, all of our Patreon, like a bunch of our Patreon supporters we've been playing Splatoon this weekend, and it's been a blast, Toby. Such a blast. These guys are so much fun, man. It was, we were up last night, because we were all on Discord, so we were chatting. We were actually chatting. Yeah. So much fun, man. It had been a blast this weekend. Really has.
Did you get your butt whooped?
Yeah. A few times. But it was so much fun, man. We so on Friday night, Saturday morning, something like that. We jumped into Splatoon 2, and I actually created a room because people are getting upset because they kept trying to join my room, and it was full. And then we would look, and there's a couple random people in there that just weren't leaving. So they were like, "Could you just create a room?" And I was like, "All right, yeah, I'll create a room." So I make a room. Everybody comes and fills it up, and then as we're playing, like, we have too many people. We gotta go spectate mode. So we click the spectate, and I'm like, "I'll just go spectate. You guys play. You guys have a good time." And I started commentating the matches.
Yeah,
dude, it was so much fun, dude. It was such a blast. People have been complaining about
that's a pretty cool idea.
Oh, dude, people complain about the spectator mode. Dude, it's amazing. You gotta just learn the controls. If you learn the controls, how it works, it is so much
So
fun.
what is it? You can just fly around the map or whatever?
Well, you have where you can look at the map from an overhead view.
Yeah.
And you can follow the action, or you can get in real close and look at, like, each individual player. You know what I mean? So you have a couple different options. But, dude, it's amazing, dude. You can, like, bounce from player to player. You can go... It is so much fun. It really is. I loved it. It was so much fun to play with these guys and watch these guys.
Sweet.
A couple people asked where Toby is. I said, Toby's in Dreamland. He's sleeping away.
I've still not bought it. Like,
my god!
The reason I've not bought it is because I don't think I'll play it enough.
Toby,
because the only time I want to play it is with you guys, and
we played during the day. I was playing yesterday in the afternoon with these guys.
Yeah, but I was busy yesterday in the afternoon anyway.
One day, man. One day. You have to put Drummy in them aside.
It's an expensive game. Like,
$60.
That's expensive.
It's a well worth $60, man.
If you're only playing a multiplayer, a couple of multiplayer matches every weekend, is that worth it? I don't know.
Because of the longevity of it, you gotta look long term to be.
And now I'm starting to get worried that everyone that's playing now is getting their skills, like, they're getting so good that I'm just gonna get my.
Let me tell you something. I've seen you with shooters.
Yeah, but shooters are different to splatters. Third-person splatters,
it's not the same, man. You are a beast when it comes to shooting people. I am pretty damn confident that you would get in there and start smoking people. I'm telling you. I have zero doubt in my mind that after about a week, you'd be putting hurting on people.
Yeah.
I just know how you are, man.
Yeah, I've got so many games on my plate right now.
You know what? Forget them other games. Stop it.
Those other games that I paid my hard-earned money for, like...
Like what?
Like Final Fantasy 12. This is a huge game.
Well, that's
taking up a lot of my time.
You shouldn't be playing a game like that on the PlayStation 4.
Banjo Kazooie. I'm playing through that. I'm playing Forza Horizon 3. I'm playing that. I got Rhyme on PS4. I'm playing that.
I have not heard a good game since you started
Indie
talking.
games on Switch.
I have not heard you mention one good game since you started rattling off games. Not one game that beats Splatoon.
Well, Sean would have something to say about that.
He might have something to say, but the fact that like he's playing Splatoon every night, it bodes well that in my camp I'm correct at this moment for Sean.
And then at the end of this month, we got Rabbids Kingdom.
I cannot wait for that, dude. Cannot wait for that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play the hell out of that game. I can't. That game's. I'm so hyped for that.
And it's gonna be hard.
I think so.
Do you see in the previews, people were saying that it's really tough, like some of the levels.
That's good, man. That's what you want.
Yeah.
That's good, man. All right, so let's kick this episode off like we do each and every episode with our Geek Outs.
Geek Outs.
Toby, what are you geeking out about?
I'm geeking out about Shantae Half Genie Hero on Switch. I picked it up the other day, and I am loving the hell out of this game.
It's a good game, man.
One of the things I love about it is the music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, WayForward always do amazing music in their games, but this is just... It feels like every enemy, every character in that game, the way they move, it's like they're dancing with the music. And it's got such an energy to it, and it just makes me want to like move forward and play the game more. And it's a beautiful game. I love the sort of Metroidvania elements to it.
Mm-hmm.
Platforming's just so tight. I don't know. It's a really, really cool game.
It is cool. Did Item Setsuna go on sale over there?
It probably did.
You should get it if you can.
Yeah, I think I might wait for their next one. Was it Lost Sphere?
Yeah,
because they said they're taking on board criticisms of the first game, and
yeah, Item Setsuna, I think you would really enjoy.
Yeah, I think I would like it because those sort of RPGs, even if they are a bit grindy, they're great for just playing in handheld.
Yeah, man.
So
it's really, really fun. It's a good game. I just think you would enjoy it. I had my geek out, and I lost my geek out. Did we mention something at the beginning?
No.
Well, right, but
you said you was tired.
I am tired. See, that's my problem, man.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I just looked over here. That's what I'm geeking out. I got my stuff stacked up over here. So I went and saw my boy yesterday. Our boy,
Yeah.
Mr. Militia.
And Miguel. Don't leave Miguel out.
Yeah, Miguel's no big deal. Whatever.
No, Miguel, no big deal. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, man. Ninja Gaiden, Nintendo Power Strategy Guide is what I got.
Ninja Gaiden 2.
Ninja Gaiden 2, yeah. So what they used to do for these, if you don't know, Toby, what Nintendo used to do was Nintendo Power was a bi-monthly magazine when it started, which meant you got one every other month. And so what they did was when they were just getting ready to dip into monthly, their tester to see like, hey, would people be happy with monthly is they started doing strategy guides in between the month. So you get a regular issue of Nintendo Power, then you would get this baby right here. Then you get an issue of Nintendo Power, and then you got one. They did one for Super Mario Bros. 3, Next Play Action Football, and I think there was one more. They did it for a couple months straight, and them books were just so good, so much great content in them. But man, Nick, he got these Nintendo Power, and they're in phenomenal shape, man.
Yeah.
So I mean, dude, this thing, like, there's no issues on the seams. Like, it's just perfect.
Nice.
The pages are like all great shape, man. It's like it's just really.
Look at that, yeah. That's good quality.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff. So, anyway, he was telling me the story about how the guy came in, right? Because he also got like he got 2 number 1s and a number 2 and a number 3 of Nintendo Powers. And he said the way the guy came in was he had this huge stack of Nintendo Powers, and then he had a bunch of games. So Nick was like, he looked at the stack of Nintendo Powers, he's like, okay, whatever. And he started going through all the games. He's like, okay, when he gets done, he's like, I'll give you this for the Nintendo Powers, and I'll give you this for the games. And the guy was like, okay, sold, done, you know. And
Yeah.
so then he's sitting there, and he's like, he started going through, and he's like, oh my god, here's number 1. Oh my god, here's another number 1.
Yeah.
Here's a 2. Here's a 3. Like, he had all these great issues, but the guy had no idea what he had, because when he had him stacked, he didn't have the number 1s up top and then the 2.
Yeah.
He had them mixed within. So Nick just looked over and was like, oh, okay, whatever. And he's like,
Dude, that's awesome. I love it when you hear like a bargain story like that. You strike gold, like you say. Like,
yeah. It's just
really
awesome.
cool.
That's why when I saw it, I was like, Nick, I need them. I need the number 1, man. Keep me 1. He's like, okay, I got 2.
When was the last time you actually used a strategy guide, like a book, for anything?
Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild. When I went after my when I beat the game and the game was done, I played for a.
You can beat this game?
Oh, man, I could just.
I didn't think it had an end.
And punch you right in the head right now. You know what, Murrin? I'll give you £20, $20 American, if you just clock Toby right in the side of the head next time you see him. Just lay him out.
That's
please.
mean.
That's not mean, man. You, man. That's my answer. Every time you see Toby, punch him as hard as you can, right in the thigh. Hit him with your knuckles so he can't walk. And then until you beat this game. That's watch you try to do it. You'll be like squeal like a little girl. Get away, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, Breath of the Wild I did. After I beat the game, I did a bunch of shrines the best I could. And then I got tired of just running around trying to find them on my own. And I said, you know what? Forget this. So I stopped playing. And then when we came back in, because of the DLC, I looked at it and was like, I looked at my tracks, my steps, and was like, I've been almost everywhere. There's a lot of gaps and stuff where their stuff is. I was like, yeah, let me take it a shot. And I started jumping around looking. I was like, yeah, I was gonna get because I bought the big thick collector's edition one. Yeah. And I said, let me just use it to find them. I didn't use them to beat them, but I used it to find them. So that was the last time. I think that if I was as nuts as Alan Paxton and decided I want to do Kurok seeds, then I could definitely, dive in and do stuff that way. But
yeah,
I don't have the desire as him to do that. That's just nuts. So yeah, but that's the last game. Before that, man, it's been a long time since I dipped into a strategy guide. I couldn't even tell you before that one. How about you?
So I did get the Breath of the Wild Collector's one, and I have had a flick through it just to actually open it, but I've not really used it. But before that, I had the Far Cry 4 strategy guide, and I just love Far Cry and like finding everything in that game and hunting all the animals and stuff. So
you know what? I remember now. Xenoblade Chronicles X was the one before it. And it was the biggest piece of garbage.
Really?
I bought it because I really needed help. And I was like, you know what? Maybe the strategy guide will have it. Because the game was so new when I got it. And I thought, if I jump online, there's really nothing going to be there for me to help me. So I'll go to a strategy guide. Strategy guides have always been awesome. Prima did it. I was like, this will be awesome. Biggest piece of garbage they ever put out. Like, it looks beautiful. It's a great book. Looks phenomenal. It's junk. No tips, no nothing. The Zelda one is really nice. Zelda one's complete, man. They got everything in that thing. But that Prima one, man, if I had a real fireplace, I could just light it up and put it in there, man.
Oh, burn.
It's junk.
Literally.
Literally. Yeah, it's junk. But when I was a kid, I used them all the time. When I play Final Fantasy, like, you need... I don't care what anybody says. You need that help occasionally, man.
I've got some guides for the old Final Fantasies.
They're just too big, man. They're too big to just go out and try to figure out on your own. It's like... I remember when the internet was just starting and people really didn't grasp the concept of them. So I went into... It was called... It's a GameStop now, so we'll just call it GameStop. And I walk in there, and I forget which game I get. I think it was a Zelda, one of the Zeldas, maybe like Wind Waker or something like that. So the sales guy was like, "Hey, you want the strategy guy with it?" I was like, "Oh yeah, they give me the strategy guy with it." And there's a kid sitting there, and he starts to chuckle, like a customer. You know, I go,
Yeah.
"What's the problem?" And he goes, "You need a strategy guide."
Loser.
And I was like, "Dude, the game's not gonna be easy. I'm gonna need a little help. I know I'm gonna run into a wall. I'd rather like crack it open and look for some help than run around in circles for hours on end." And he's like, "Yeah, you know, whatever." I'm like, "You're telling me you don't use strategy guide? You're gonna beat a game like Zelda and not use a strategy guide?" I didn't even think about it, man. That's just when it was just around the time when like wikis were starting and all that stuff, and like they were all. I go home and I'm talking to my brother, and he's like, "Dude, he's gonna use the internet, man." I was like, "You could do that?" And he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "There's strategy guides already online, man, for free." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Damn, I wish I would have known that one at that time. I would have put that guy in check." Whatever. Anyway,
I think it's just nice to have a book about your favorite game.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, I give you that. I can tend to agree with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so topics wise, what are we doing? You, me?
Yeah, we'll start off with me.
Okay,
So my topic is Dragon Quest Builders 2 was just announced for PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. And that's not the only developer that's announced more Switch games. You've got Capcom that's making more Switch games. And basically, more and more, like Take-Two, more of these publishers are putting out games on the Switch because the Switch is selling well and the games are selling well on there. And because of that, I'm thinking, like, should Sony be worried that a lot of their third-party sales are going to start to dwindle because people are picking up the games on Switch? Because with the Wii U, a lot of the time it was less than 1% software sales were on Nintendo's console. But I think that's going to change dramatically with the Switch. Yeah. So
I think so when you first posed this question to me, I thought, no way. But then I thought about it. And what drives Sony and what helps Sony is Japan. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of Japanese RPGs that could wind up just moving over to Nintendo. And because Nintendo is giving the best of both worlds, and in Japan they recognize that, and in Japan they're buying them, and they're buying them like gangbusters, man. It's insanity the amount of people that are just lines are insane. Like, okay, so it's bad in the United States, but it's not that bad. It's not where you hear Best Buy's getting them, and then you drive by a Best Buy and there's 300 people lined up for them. You know, you get about 8 to 10 people, and they'll go in and they'll buy up everything that there is, and that's it. It's done. In Japan, you get 3,000 people showing up for 250, and that's insanity, man. That's absolute insanity. So when you look at that, right, if I am Capcom, if I am Square, I'm looking at this thing and I'm going, man, I'm going to bring over Final Fantasy. I'm going to bring over Dragon Quest. And you see they're bringing in a lot of Dragon Quest games. It's insane what they're doing. So Dragon Quest 11 has actually got announced that it's going to be in the Switch later on this year. So it's just, you're giving those people that opportunity to, like, in Japan, the houses aren't massive, so they don't have gigantic TVs there like we do here, like we do in the United States. I assume you guys got big TVs over there, but they're not massive. You know what I mean? They're not like, I'm sure they have massive ones, but like that's not the norm. You know, what size is your TV in your living room?
I think it's 48 inch.
Yeah, and in the United States, it's so prevalent to be like 50. It's like
minimum.
That's minimum for most people.
Yeah.
Most people have 60s, 70s. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I got 250s right here on my wall right here, and I got a 70-inch on my TV in my living room, and it's like, it's insanity. You know what I mean? It's like, this is nuts. So my dad has like a 42, something like that, like, or 48. Everybody has like big TVs in the United States. Well, not everybody. I would say 80% of the people that have TVs have really big TVs. So for me, I look at it like it's a different culture in the United States. But in Japan, they don't have big TVs. They don't have those big houses or stuff. Like if you go watch vlogs,
Yeah,
or
they love handhelds in Japan.
yeah, it's massive. Plus, they like to play them on the train and all, because that's how they commute most of the time, train and bus and all that. So it's ideal for them to have a handheld. So what you start to see is with the Vita dying, I feel it's a natural progression. I feel like you're going to start to see more games make their way to the Switch, and that's where I think Sony has to be a little nervous is in Japan, because what happens is now if those companies start to just move their stuff to Nintendo, and I don't think they have to worry just now. Yeah. But as years move forward and the newer iterations of the Switch come out and it becomes more powerful and they can start to play these bigger games on it, that's when I think they have to get a little nervous.
Yeah, because the install base right now is nowhere near PlayStation 4. Nowhere near. So obviously, even if a large percentage of Switch owners did start buying their games on Switch rather than PS4, that's not going to make a huge dent right now. But it is going to be, I think, the start of a trend, because I hear more and more on different podcasts that they were saying on GameScoop the other day, if they have the option, they're considering Switch over PlayStation just because of the portability factor.
I am.
And I think that is more powerful than people give Nintendo credit for. Like, that is the selling factor of the Switch to a lot of people.
Yeah, man. I had last night on Nintendo Talk, I had Donnie Reese on, and he said that exact same thing. He's like, dude, because we were talking about what he's excited about, and he's like, I'm excited about like FIFA and WWE coming back and all the NBA 2K coming back, and he's like, I look at it and go, I just hope it's not that drastic of a difference in graphics. He's like, I can deal with it if it's dulled down, because the portability of it is perfect. Yeah. So go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
And I think like the technology, they're not on par graphics wise, but it's getting closer and closer. Like graphics are starting to matter like less and less with every generation. So if Nintendo do a Switch version 2 later on with slightly beefier graphics, then that's going to be even better. And I think that Sony's USP is this: they're going to have to rely more and more on their first party titles, and because otherwise, like, just having good graphics for your third party games, that's not going to be enough to sway people's decision to buy it on your console. Like, if they own a Switch as well, then I think people are going to start buying third parties more on Switch, which is surprising to me.
You know what, it's surprising to me to some degree, but I think it's because you just hear, or you heard all the time, that like Nintendo fans don't buy third-party games. And I think we're seeing now what I had always argued, and I think, and you were in my camp, you argued it with me, is give us good third-party games. Don't give us ported garbage that's 3 years old, or, the Mass Effect deal, where like Mass Effect gives us 3 for the Wii U and does Trilogy for everybody else at the same exact time. And it's like, when you do conscious things like that,
take out multiplayer.
We're not gonna buy that version. It's just not gonna happen, And it's like, or like Watch Dogs, like it comes 6 to 9 months later, and it's like, okay, thank you, but I don't want it now. You know what I mean? I wanted it 6 months ago when everybody else got it. I don't want it now, And it's like, so that's the thing. Like, I think that's where like companies are seeing, like, if you bring a game to Nintendo day and date, your sales are going up, and it's just going to continue to happen as more people can get a Switch. Like right now, I think what's hurting their sales, and it's not really hurting their sales, but what's holding the sales back a little bit are the fact that not everybody has a Switch.
I think supply issues.
I think as more people get Switches, you're going to see them numbers just go up and up and up and up, because it's not just mom and pop, wanting this thing to play bowling in the living room. It's hardcore gamers going like, wow, dude, I really want this thing. This thing looks really cool, man. I want to go back. I want to jump into all this stuff. So I really think as we move forward, I think, man, you're going to see some amazing stuff come out of this. I really do. I think you're going to see it's just going to get, I think the gap is going to get just bigger. But Sony right now, I think Sony is hitting a spot now where Sony does this thing where they take the lead and they get very arrogant and they get very, like, lackadaisic. And
complacent.
Yes, that word too. And I feel like they're there right now, where they're not trying as hard. When you looked at the PS2, they were killing it, blowing it away. And then they go into PS3, and they're just like, you can see their arrogance, and it's like, oh, you want a PS3? Yeah, just go get a second job. And it's stuff like that. And I think now you're starting to see that again in terms of, like, we don't want to do crossplay, and we don't want EA access, and we're not going to do, like...
I can't believe they don't want EA access.
That blows me away, man.
That's boneheaded.
Yeah, man. It's stupid. Yeah. It's not doing anything for you. It's not hurting you.
It's not for the players.
No, exactly. You can't sit there and have the tagline, we're for the players, and then you're doing stuff that's... Everything they've done lately is anti-player. It's like, come on, man.
They need to step it up.
Like, you no backwards compatibility. You have to buy PlayStation Now in order to get those games to stream on your system.
Yeah.
Unless you get an HD port or something like that, or a remake or something like that. When you look at that stuff, it's like, man, you're getting to the point where you're just going to start losing people again. And honestly, I think they should really be scared, because you look at what Xbox is doing, you look at what Nintendo is doing, and you have two hungry dogs coming after you. And they're really, like, you have Xbox making strides because Phil Spencer is just saying all the right things and doing and he's working hard to get your money and to get you in that ecosystem. And then you have Nintendo that's just, they're hungry, man. It's like, I've said this numerous times before, like, every time you hear a bad story about Nintendo, that story goes away in about 2 hours, and everybody's high up on them again, because a little nugget gets released, and it's like, oh, dude, you don't hear nobody complaining about the whole SNES debacle now.
No, it's true, yeah.
Because now Nintendo came out and said, hey, we're going to do pre-orders now. And it's like, oh, okay, we're good, no problem. It's like, it's nuts, man. It's really crazy. Like, remember the day when the Hori dongle came out? And people were losing their minds, man. And then Nintendo, after about 6 hours, they drop it that, oh, the internet's going to our internet package is going to be $20 a year. And everybody was just like, what? Oh, okay. Oh, we love you, Nintendo. Like, it's just like, boom. Like, they can do no wrong right now. It is madness, man.
And that, like, comparing that, just reminded me, so comparing Nintendo's £20 a year to be able to play online multiplayer, compare that to £50 a year for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
That is such a huge difference.
Yeah, man.
And, like, I don't know. And you're right. Nintendo are hungry. Like,
And I'm wondering what else is going to come bundled with that online service. You know what I mean? Because you're going to get... I mean, you get multiplayer, right? And hopefully the service gets fixed, especially after this weekend. But whatever. So if they can use the money that's coming in to upgrade the servers and get the servers going stronger and all that stuff, and then if it's tied to, like... I'm telling you right now, this is what Nintendo has to be, or this is what Sony and everybody has to be worried about. If they do a Netflix style service on that Switch, lights out. It is over, man. Because everybody would be like, $20 a year, and I get all these games at my disposal. I'll have a walking machine that has, like, as long as
it's not streaming like now.
No, it won't be streaming.
If it's like Xbox and you can download the game,
it'll be like I think if they do, it'll be like Xbox. You download. They might do something where they say, like, you can only hold, like, 3 games at a time, which is fine for me. I don't care.
Yeah,
dude, NES games are so quick to download. Like, anybody that had a Wii U, it was like instant, man. You click it, and by the time you got out of the store, it was already on your system ready to go. Yeah. So if they were to say, like, hey, man, you could do this, but you only get 3 games per console. So if you got, like, the NES, you can only hold 3 games at a time, whatever. That would be awesome. Or if they just said, like, you can download whatever you want. But
as long as you're a subscriber, yeah.
As long as you're a subscriber, no problem. By the way, if we pull a game off the store and you've downloaded it, you still have access to it. But the minute you delete it, you can't go back and re-download it.
Yeah.
That would make sense. But, man, if they did something like that, forget it, man. It is over. They will kill. Like, you look at guys like, well, look at your brother. You know what I mean? As an example. You said it. Your brother wants a Switch, but he was like, the main reason he wanted it was for the Virtual Console.
He's getting a SNES Mini now.
Yeah, he's getting that, and he might not buy this now. But if Nintendo was to say, like, hey, $20 a year, and you'll have full access to our library, I guarantee he'll go get one.
Yeah, if they had NES, SNES, N64, like, he'd love it. Yeah.
Oh, and you'd be a fool not to want one at that point, because it would just make sense, especially if you're a classic gamer. Like, all those people that are, like, fans of Nintendo that left, they will come back because they'll be like, dude, I get all those games for $20 a year, and on top of it, I can get new games as they come out and buy them and play them, and, oh, dude, it would be massive for them, honestly. So, you got anything else to add to your topic, or are you good?
No, I think that's good.
All right, so for what my topic is, I wanted to know what Wii U games would you bring to the Switch as a deluxe package? I had a guy, this is going back a couple months ago, someone went into the comments on If We Ran Nintendo and really tore me and Sean up a little bit, like, that we didn't take it. Yeah, because he was like, oh, you didn't, because we were just like, at that time, we were just like, we really wouldn't bring that much over. We would just keep it the new games that are coming out and stuff. But I'm thinking, like, within year 2, year 3, Nintendo's going to run into gaps where they're going to need to bring something. They're going to have to have something there. So could they fill these gaps with deluxe versions of their games? And if so, which ones would you bring over? And that's what I wanted to know, because there's a lot of games that I feel.
The first game that came to my mind was one of my favorite Wii U games was Treasure Tracker, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. And I think that game is such a sweet little gem, and it's sort of locked on this console. And I think that would be a real good fit for the Switch. Okay,
so I'm going to take that a step further, because I have that as well. But I look at it and I go, okay, it was, a $40 game when it came out?
Yeah, it was a budget game, yeah.
I think that should get bundled with 3D World.
Yeah, 3D World, yeah.
Because I loved 3D World. I know that you weren't a huge fan of it. But me personally...
I liked it, but...
You were the one in Galaxy, that's why.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I loved it. And I thought, like... Because that's where Captain Toad, Treasure Tracker... And they kind of combined together. Like...
Yeah.
If you beat the game... I'm not going to say the spoilers. I'll leave it for people that haven't played it. But the two games tie together. And there's something that happens in that makes you go like, oh, I got it. Okay, I understand what this is. The two games completely tie into each other. So for me, that would be the bundle. That would be the deluxe bundle that I would slap together as one.
That would be an amazing package.
Oh, it would be phenomenal, man. Another one that I would do is... I wrote 4 down. So another one I would do... I'm going to go to this one next. I would do Star Fox Zero.
Oh.
Without motion controls.
Yeah, they would have to fix that game up.
And include Star Fox Guard in it.
Yeah.
And then sell that and go with that. Because I feel if you pull the motion controls away, I think a lot of people would rebuy it. And I don't know,
man. I think there's a stigma attached to that game, even if they change the controls. Like,
listen, the stigma is motion controls. When you talk to anybody,
and the graphics as well.
The but the graphics were but here's the thing: you're doing a remake, you're doing a deluxe, so you're gonna up the graphics, you're gonna fix all the little bugs and all that. Like when you look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they did additional stuff to it. You know what I mean? It wasn't just they were like, here's Mario Kart 8, boom, go. They added the battle mode. They fixed what people's complaints were on that game. Yeah. So if that's what we're looking at. We're looking at like, hey, Here's a deluxe. This is what they fix, per se, and push forward. I really think Star Fox Zero, if you did that, and maybe even if they went and they did they added like a dogfight mode to it, where like you could get on multiplayer and play with like 4
they
or
would
5
need to do that.
That would be awesome. Let's take it a step further. What if they took that game, right? They bring that game over. They add Star Fox Guard. They up, they up the graphics a little bit, make it look sweeter. Like give Platinum was a start on it now, and they were to be like, listen guys, we're gonna do this. Let's start working on it now. Let's make it look amazing. But what if they did like, what is it, Player Unknown Battlegrounds, where like 100 people go in at a time? What if they did a Star Fox Zero dogfight where 100 ships go in at once?
That would be chaos.
It would be amazing, dude. That would be amazing. And then you're like, here's this giant arena in the sky, and you guys just have at it. It'd be like, dude, think about it. It'd be like Star Wars. When you watch a Star Wars movie now.
In Lilac Wars, there was levels like the or Star Fox 64 if you're American. There was a level on the Snow Planet, and that was the one with Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And you were flying around that planet trying to shoot down the 4. I think there was 4 main guys because you had like the pig and all that. But there was also lots of like mini ships that were flying around as well. Yeah. So I imagine that the multiplayer would be something like that, where the mini ships would be other players. So I think that could work, something like that.
That'd be awesome, man. I'd love it. What, you got another one?
See, I'm hesitant to say Woolly World because Woolly World is such a good game, but I feel like it's on 3DS, and you've got the new Yoshi game coming to Switch anyway. So I think it's a little bit redundant to bring that over.
I think you can see now. Let's be fair. I think you can see that game maybe hit in maybe year 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Like,
but then it's a really old game by then.
So what, man? It's a really good game, man.
It is a good game.
It's a really good game, dude. It's probably really look it. I'll be honest with you. If Woolly World doesn't happen, I don't get excited for this Yoshi game that's coming. That's just me personally, because Woolly World was so good that I'm a huge fan of that now, and I'm like, I want this. I want to do this. So for me, that's perfect for me.
I think Pikmin 3 would be a really good one to bring over.
Be good.
They might be making Pikmin 4 though. So that, again, if they are,
I think Pikmin 4 is probably going to be the better solution there.
Yeah.
But again, year 3, year 5, whatever it is later on down the line, maybe do like a Pikmin trilogy and do 1 through 3.
That would be cool. Yeah.
And then up the graphics and make it all, because that game is Pikmin 3 looks gorgeous. It really does, man. Yeah. It looks so photorealistic. It is amazing.
Squeezing the fruit in that game, like at the end they squeeze it into the jar and the fruit like looks so real.
Yeah, it's amazing. The fruit looks phenomenal. I just had one and I lost it. My God. I feel
Tropical Freeze.
That's what I was. That's it. You nailed it. So Tropical Freeze. What I would do with that one to make it like a deluxe, I would also do Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Yeah, you'd have to HDify that.
Yeah. Put the two of them in together and go with it, because Tropical Freeze, I'm sorry, that game was really, really good. It was hard, so hard, but it was so good too at the same time. So I would love to see that and the first one come along. The two games that Retro did, put them together. I think Bayonetta 1 and 2 need to come over.
Yeah. Do that as a package before Bayonetta 3 is announced.
That would be awesome. It really would.
Yeah.
My final game that I have on the list would be Wind Waker HD.
Yep.
Bundled with Twilight Princess HD.
Yeah, that'd be another great package. Yeah.
I think that would be fair. And even if they were to turn, because you think about it, like when they did Twilight Princess, they charged $60, but it was because they added in the Wolf Link amiibo. Typically, most people want to pay about anywhere from $30 to $40 for remakes. So if you did those two games and put them on, that would be really, really cool. Or this would be if you didn't do that. What if they were to do like Wind Waker and Hyrule Warriors together? I know you're not a fan. I know you're not a fan of the Warrior series.
I think they should make Skyward Sword HD and then do a triple pack.
You know what they could do? Okay, that would be. Oh man, could you imagine?
Yeah, the Zelda Bonanza.
Ooh, yeah, baby, that'd be awesome. But I was just thinking, like, but Hyrule Warriors, they could do a deluxe on that themselves and just put all the DLC from the 3DS and the Wii U together on one bundle. Because I enjoyed that game. I really did. It's got me hyped up for Hyrule Warriors, or Fire Emblem Warriors. Like, I can't wait for that game. I think it's going to be really, really good. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You have any other games?
So the other two big ones that we've not mentioned are Smash Bros, which I think we're just going to get a sequel to that.
No, I think we're going to get a deluxe. I really do. I really think in 2018 you see that pop. I'm telling you, Toby, I really see it. Because
it could be.
Because you think about it. Smash 4, as we call this, right?
Yeah.
Took forever to get to the Wii U. And I think Nintendo recognized the problem with the Wii U partly was you didn't have that big game Smash on the Wii U right out the gates. Because I think if that's on, because they announced it was supposed to be a launch title, man. It was supposed to be a launch title. So if that game comes launch here, I think it's a different tale for Wii U. Because I think a lot of people look at it and go, I'm buying it. Because at that time, we're still getting third-party support. It's garbage support, but we're getting third-party support. That game comes along, I think it changes the landscape a little bit. I really do. That and a couple other games that probably should have came earlier than later. But Nintendo
Mario Maker.
Yeah, I've said that from day one. If Splatoon and Mario Maker come in the first year, forget about it, man. If you take out Super Mario Brothers Wii or Super Mario Brothers U, if you take that game out and you replace that with Mario Maker, I think it changes the landscape of the Wii U. I really do. Because I think then people aren't going like, what's the killer app for the Wii U?
The Wii U would still be a crap console, like itself. The system being very slow and cumbersome and Fisher Price and all that.
That's the thing, man. You remember, man, because you had one at launch like I did.
Yeah.
Dude, the times to get from one screen to the next screen. They did that update and it was like, it's still a while to wait because like I play it now, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, this thing takes forever. Because the Switch is like click, 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 like you're moving all over the Switch in seconds.
And the Switch with the sleep mode, you can be in a game as soon as you put the console on.
Yeah, man, it is.
Man, Switch is so much better than Wii U.
Dude, it's what the Wii U should have been. I said that many times, man. I think that's what they were shooting for, but the tech wasn't there at the time. It was too expensive to do what they wanted to do.
Plus the whole dual screen thing.
Oh
was
my god, dude! It was
great.
What was the other game you had?
That was Mario Maker. So.
Oh, okay. I got my Mario Maker coming, but I don't know. But whatever. For me, I feel like Mario Maker could be good if they change the philosophy of how you create it and how you find levels and all that stuff. Like, that's got to get fixed. It's got to be deeper. If I want to play Super Mario World levels, that should be an option. Like, they need to fix that. There's a couple things they need to put worlds so I can build worlds and tell a story per se built within it and stuff. So they can make it better if they tried. Maybe they should start a Patreon called Make Us Better. And they could,
It's a great idea.
Wonderful idea. All right, so hot off the presses, Toby's going to bring 3 PlayStation stories. I will bring 3 Nintendo stories. And then each of us picks the other story that we want to hear. Go ahead, Toby. What's your 3 stories?
Activision has a new IP to remaster. New Rockstar game rumor. And GT Sport livery editor is very deep.
I want to hear about the Activision one.
Right. I thought you would go for the Rockstar one, but...
Oh, it's Rockstar. Of course, because it's a GTA. I heard about GTA 6, right? That's the rumor?
No. Different game.
A different game? Altogether.
Game. Altogether.
You're trying to coax me into it, man. You're trying to coax me into it. Hold on. I feel like the people are... God, I hate this.
Let's do Rockstar. Come on.
All right, do Rockstar. I know you're such
a
baby for Rockstar. You love them.
This is an unexpected rumour, to say the least. It would appear that Rockstar has taken a break from counting Grand Theft Auto Online's profits in order to make something new, as rumours are swirling regarding a new Midnight Club game, which is their racing franchise. The nature of the game is unknown at this time, but images on an Xbox Live server have leaked. We're going to assume a PlayStation 4 version will also be planned, but you never know. So, yeah, Midnight Club.
I never played the first one, did you?
No, I didn't.
Would you be excited for this one?
I would, yeah. Because I'm more into racing games now than I used to be. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Screw Rockstar.
It says here, originally it was assumed this could be part of Microsoft's Xbox emulation program, but it was also noted that the game is using an Xbox One specific button prompt. Moreover, the car in the title screen appears to be a new Mustang model. So it's probably a new game.
Now, the question would be is... I mean, I don't think it's a big enough game to really do damage if it was an exclusive to Xbox. But it's just another one of those games that, like, getting that... And you know, the thing of it is, too, is, like, when you look at it, like, Xbox already has great racing games.
Yeah.
Do they really need another one in there? But every little bit helps, I guess. At the end
Rockstar games are so good, though. They're so polished.
Yeah, they are. Because they take their time, man. They don't rush these games out. That's the thing. If people would just look at what they do... for me personally, I really feel like they are, in some regards, the Nintendo of third parties. In terms of, like, they really make sure that their games are done before they come out. They don't rush the games ever. They just take their time. You never hear about a game coming that's, like, broken or really bad glitches when it gets launched. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to do these massive patches 2 weeks into the game because there's all this stuff broken within it. Like, they really do a good job, man. And they take their time. Like, what was GTA 5? Like, it was like 4 or 5 years before they brought it back out?
Yeah. Took a long time.
And they make so much money on it. It's, like, insane.
Well, yeah, they just announced that they've just made their biggest month's profit in GTA Online's history. And that game's been out forever.
It has, man. It's been what? It's got to be almost 5 years now, right?
Yeah.
Pushing it, right? Yeah, because it came out on the PS3 and the 360.
Yeah.
And they've been out, it's been what, 3 years? 4 years?
Yeah, it's pretty 4 years.
And it was out the year before. It came out the year before them. Man, it's almost a 5-year-old franchise. And it's still churning profits like that. That is crazy, man. And they're still...
They make a lot of money.
But you know the thing is, they are still updating, right? They're still adding updates.
Yeah, GTA Online gets updates every month. There's like a new mode out for it.
Now, people are pissed off about the mods, though, right? Because they're charging for mods?
On PC, they're sort of stopping people making their own mods and...
That's not cool.
Stuff like that, yeah, but
it's not cool in the regards of because
the thing is, I think that's more Take-Two than Rockstar anyway. So
okay, but the thing that I think is kind of shady with that is the fact that like they're basically, I don't want to say they're making money off of it, but they're taking those mods and they're putting them on PS4 and Xbox One, and you got to think like it's saving them time and money. You know what I mean? Because they're just moving them over.
I don't know.
I don't know how it all works out. Because that's the thing. Like, because they're making money on microtransactions.
Yeah. People buy in-game money with real money. Yeah, that's how they make. Because the thing is...
Not all of them are Toby and Mike's. That's the thing.
No. I blame Take-Two, really, because GTA Online has so many things that you can buy with in-game money, whether that's cars or planes or yachts, houses. And to do a lot of the new content that they put in, you need to make an investment with in-game money. So, there's like gun running and like you have your own drug business and stuff, but to be able to do that in the first place, you need to invest like over $1 million in-game dollars.
Oh my God.
And if you haven't earned that, then people just buy it with real money because they want to
play it, but they don't want to have to build and grind to get there.
Exactly. So
like you guys, how much money are you sitting on in that game?
Well, I've got over $7 million in there.
God, dude.
And I spent over $1 million the other night on a car. So
$1 million on a car.
Yeah, it was like 700,000 to buy it, and then I was modding it and stuff. So.
Dude, do you remember the first time I played with you guys? The video. I gotta put the video in the show notes where was it Drummy was like blowing up your car and doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, because he's like, come. You're like, oh, no. You stole the car, and you were like, all right, guys, we're gonna go play, and you're like, all right, guys. Just let me go drop this car off at whatever his name is, and we'll be ready to play. And as you come around, you're like, "What are you doing? Why are you there? Why are you guys there? Why?" And all of a sudden, Drummy like blows up your car, and you start freaking out, man. It is I have to track that video down and put it. You know, there's a lot of profanity in it. I will say that. So it's not really safe for work.
Not kid-friendly.
It's not kid-friendly, but it is so funny. So I'll put it in the show notes. I might even tack it to it's a little too long, I think, to tack it to the end of this video.
Yeah, I just put it in the notes.
I'll put it in the notes. Yeah. So, good God. All right, so for myself, we got Splatfest results, Dragon Quest coming to Nintendo in a big way, and Chicken Wiggle gets a release date.
Ooh. Chicken Wiggle.
Yes.
I love a bit of Chicken Wiggle.
Oh, I love Chicken Wiggle too. So Chicken Wiggle is announced that it is going to release on August 17th for $14.99.
Dude, that's soon.
Yeah, man. It's only a couple weeks away. $14.99. It'll release in the UK and the United States same day, same price. I think it's 14. I think it's $14.99 like pounds.
Is it? I thought it was 12 something. I don't know.
No, the press release I saw said $14.99.
Okay.
They could have changed. It could be wrong, but whatever. Yeah. It's got level editor in it. It's got so you can create stuff. It's basically chicken, a little chick, and Wiggle, a worm, and
in a backpack.
And you can grab Wiggle out and like throw him, and like he's like a whip, and he can grab stuff and pull you across levels, and it's really. It's so unique, man. It's so cute. It's awesome. The music sounds really good. I thought about this the other day. I was listening, and I feel like Jules doesn't have the proper English accent anymore, and I felt like he should have tapped you to like read the script for the trailer, because the trailer you can hear it, and it's like it's kind of coming off like a little British, like a little posh, and I was like, oh man, Toby, he should have got Toby to do this for him. Toby would have loved to read the script for him for that.
Yeah, I would.
So, but yeah, man, I can't wait for this game. I really can't. Like when I look at this and I go 3DS, man, this is gonna bring me back hardcore.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
I'm a little excited. Do you have? You know, because I want to touch on this a little bit because you brought it up about the third parties, and it just so happened I had the Dragon Quest stuff in my notes. But dude, do you realize all the games that got announced for Dragon Quest?
I know there's Dragon Quest 11 and Builders 2.
So there's
Was there something else?
Yeah, dude. Well, you got Dragon Quest 11, right? Dragon Quest 10 just got announced for Japan, right?
That's the online one,
That's
right?
the online one.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3 are coming to the 3DS this month in Japan.
Yeah.
It's just like there's a bunch of Dragon Quest games now hitting either the 3DS or the Switch. It's just insane. Like,
yeah,
they're really starting to go full force with Nintendo.
I hope Dragon Quest 11 gets a European release.
I hope Dragon Quest 11 gets. I want it on Switch. I don't want it on 3DS.
Yeah.
I hope it gets.
Although the 3DS version is cool, the way you can switch between graphics.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
I like that.
That is kind of cool. I hope that we get that. I just hope we get on Switch. So, but I like that. I want that. But I really hope Builders comes, because man, Toby, when I tell you You would love Builders.
Well, I like the demo that I played.
It is so good, man. It really is, because you build your experience off of building, not you go out and you adventure, you kill stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you actually, it's typical RPG, but the difference is your experience and stuff comes off of building. You level up off of building. It's so amazing, man. It is such. The mining part of it really sucks. It's not as intuitive as like Minecraft. You don't really get in. It's a third-person thing. So,
the camera is a bit iffy.
Yeah, it's a little iffy. But that said, you're not mining like you do in Minecraft to some degree. You're only mining a little bit of stuff. So ultimately, it works out really well. I would love if they did it where like you could switch to first-person view when you're mining. When you get in and start digging a cave and stuff, it would be really good. But man, that game, I love the first one so much. I really do. I can't get enough. You had a game for us for the Rewind?
The Rewind, yeah, I got a game.
Good.
Have you ever heard of Parasite Eve 2?
I've heard of the first one.
PlayStation 1, yeah. So, the original game, we never had it, but I've seen videos of it. That's a bit more... It's a survival horror type game, but the first one's got more like... You get battles, a bit like Final Fantasy, like the screen will transition, and it's like... You know, you've got area of effect stuff and all that. But the second one is more like Resident Evil, like the classic Resident Evils on PlayStation 1. And it's sort of a different take on, like, there's no zombies, but the enemies they're sort of called mitochondrion, like neomorph mitochondrions or something like that. And they're these real freaky enemy designs. They're like, you get these like horses with like a weird human face, like sinewy face on it. And like, just enemies like spidery type things with like lots of limbs, you know, like some of the enemies from Silent Hill, a bit like that, but it's got its own sort of vibes to it, and it's just a really cool game. And it's the ammo isn't quite as scarce as in Resident Evil either, so it encourages you to fight the enemies a bit more. So you get these like ammo boxes that are unlimited, so you can keep going back to them. But you know, I never played it myself when I was little, but my brother had it, and that was one of those games because we used to watch my brother play horror games a lot. Like, all the family would sit around the TV in the dark watching him. Yeah, and we really liked this game. So, and it's just a bummer that they never kept making sequels for it because it was really, really good.
Yeah. I played the first one, and I didn't even finish it. I was just like, not a save for me. But, I mean, it was good. It was really, really good. It just... I'm not into horror, man. I'm a little baby. It just scares
the environments were so good as well. There was a bit where you go to like a motel in the middle of like the desert, and there's like balconies and stuff. And at one point you fight this boss on a balcony, and this thing is like huge. It's like taller than the motel itself, and it's got like fire breathing out of its face. Oh, it's brilliant.
That's funny. I'm sorry. I got a Twitter thing popped up and. On my phone, and I got it. So during the Splatfest, right? It was ketchup versus mayo, and there were so many of us on Team Ketchup. And last night we were playing until like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we were waiting. We are kind of waiting for results to come in, you know, but we were still playing. And all of a sudden, like I'm like, all right, guys, I'm done. This is my last game, and I like shut down and I'm leaving. And then someone goes, oh, there's an update. Oh, the results are in. I'm like, oh, I gotta start the game back up. So I start the game back up to see the results. And Team Mayo won, right?
Yes.
So the funny thing is I'm in chat with, it was me, Gabe Hills, Joseph Moran, Dave Ray. Like, there's so many of us, right? There's like 9 of us, I think, that were in chat at that time on Discord. And I go, hashtag not my condiment. Because there's that huge thing in the United States where hashtag not my president.
Yeah.
And Joseph Moran, he goes to Twitter and puts hashtag not my condiment. He tags me in the thing. He said, he puts at in the guru. Hashtag not my condiment. Hashtag Splatfest NA. Hashtag Splatoon 2. And then he puts a gif of Donald Trump. And it says wrong.
Yeah.
So then I come back and I did one. And I was like, it's of Trump saying this is fake news. And
Yeah.
like, all of a sudden it takes off, and all these people are doing all these different Trump gifs and stuff.
Yeah,
it was so
gift
funny,
battle.
dude. But that's what happened. I'm sitting there, I'm looking, like, some more are still coming through, and it was like hours ago, man. So much fun. Anyway, that's a little side tangent, and I apologize for that. But anyway, so for me, because I picked it up from Nick, Super C on the NES.
Very cool. See, I approve of this one.
You approve of this one?
I approve of this one, yeah.
Thank you. That game, dude, was so good. All the Contra games, I think, were really good on the NES. You know, it's basically, you know, you got your side scroller, shoot 'em up, you know, you're just running across the map. I think this one was the one that implemented, like, going up, and then it also did like a going over the, like, a top down view that you would play certain levels like that. But the cool thing about that game was, I just remember, like, me and my brothers and my cousins and all that with getting around the TV, and, like, what we would do is, because it was a 2-player multiplayer, and we would, like, team up, and it would be like me and my best friend, we would go first, and we'd try to see how far we can get, and then my brother and my cousin would grab it, and they would go through and see how far they... But that was, like, that game I really have strong couch co-op memories of, because it was so cool to, like, get you and your buddies together to try to beat the game and work your way through it and go through it. It just really, really good, man. It was such a good game. So, yeah, I bought it on the NES yesterday. Dude, I'm looking forward to playing it again and trying it more time. That game, that was on the NES Classic, wasn't it?
I think so.
That was the one that hit the NES Classic. Because I remember playing it a little bit and trying it. And it's they're not easy games at all. They're really tough. Especially when you get to levels where there's just stuff coming at you like crazy. And you got to do a lot of jumping, a lot of ducking, and shimmying on your stomach and stuff. So they really do a good job with that game. But
that was Konami, wasn't it?
Konami did it, yep. Konami.
I was going to say, like, wouldn't it be great if they made a new game?
That's what I was saying.
Game?
That's what I was saying before. Like, if I was saying, actually, if we were in Nintendo last week, that was one of the things. Like, what franchises would you trade or whatever? And I was like, man, if Nintendo could just go in and buy all of Konami's old franchises and just take them under their, you know, wing and just make them. Just tell Konami, like, look, give us the rights to them. Like, just license it if that's what you want to do, and be like, look, we'll give you X amount of dollars. These are exclusive to Nintendo. We get the back library. We will make all new games, and we just get, you know, they stay exclusive to Nintendo. That would be huge, man. It'd be massive. Like, if you think about it, like Metal Gear, you got Castlevania, you got Contra. There's so many great games in the Konami library. They're just lost and dead. You know, it would be just unreal, man. Especially with the Castlevania TV show happening.
Absolutely,
it would just be huge to get these games coming back again. So I don't know. We'll see.
Could you imagine if a Retro were going to make a Castlevania game?
Oh my god, that would be so good.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Retro is amazing, man. Retro's really, really good.
Retro can make anything.
Oh, dude. They can. They're just phenomenal. They're a really talented studio, man. They really are. So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to us on iTunes, dayspace.com, Google Play, wherever you get your iTunes at. Check us out on youtube.com/Nintendo Guru. Toby, we're going to work on getting your video up, right? You have to do that.
Yep.
Did you record that intro that you're going to do or no?
Not yet. I can do it today.
That's fine. No big deal. So hopefully that'll hit this week for you guys. It's something new that Toby is doing because of the graciousness of our patrons on Patreon.
Did you forget?
No, you got me think. I didn't want to say the wrong thing, man.
You don't want to say Patreons.
I don't really say I'm just saying Patreons. Listen, people, when you hear Bobby say Patreons, that's just whatever. Just go with it and leave it alone. I'm not going to.
I think you should point it out to him that he's making a huge error.
Anyway, go to patreon.com/make us better if you want to do some support. We're not asking people to do it. It doesn't have to happen. You know, just the support of what a lot of people are doing, like sharing the podcast, tweeting it out, whatever, watching it on YouTube. All that little stuff helps, man. And dude, even giving us a rating on iTunes, that would be awesome, man. Just go to iTunes, jump in there, little 5-star action, maybe a little written review. If we get some written reviews, we'll read them on the air. Speaking of which, I should probably check, shouldn't I? Shouldn't I see if we have anything? That'd be kind of...
Yeah, you probably should, Bobby.
Why do you say it like that? You say it like you know something that I don't know.
No, I'm just saying that you should pay attention to what people are saying about us.
I do normally, but it's like sometimes it's sometimes it's just not.
Sometimes you just don't care.
Oh, really? It's like that, man? Holy cow, dude! Why? Man, I got like 181 episodes in my podcasting.
Really?
Because Mark Carabin, he just moved the Warp Whistle over. Sean Capri just moved We the Gamercast over. So it's like all these episodes are hitting at the same time.
Hey, when's Sean's first video podcast going up?
I think in 2 weeks. He has videos in the can, like he has podcasts in the can. So that he pre-recorded.
All right, so they're going to go out first.
They're going to go out first, and then the video stuff will come. We actually... Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, man, look at. We got one written review from Josh Stapleton.
Brilliant.
It's a 5-star. It says, Bobby...
I'm privileged.
Yeah, Bobby and Toby are great. They work off one another, tease each other, and together, they're very knowledgeable. Both bring something to the table. Whether you're a Nintendo fan or a PlayStation fan or just a gaming fan in general, add this to your podcast rotation. You won't regret it.
Dude, that's amazing.
That's amazing, man. So thank you, Josh.
Thanks.
And if we get more, we'll definitely add them to it. If you're not in the United States, please, if you do a written review, screenshot it and send it to me. Because I can only see the United States. Toby doesn't have a UK one. He doesn't have an iPhone, so he can't see the reviews over in the UK. So please, that'd be awesome if you guys could share that with us. And that's the dumbest thing that iTunes does. Like, why would you?
Yeah. Why would you? Yeah.
Make it region free, man. Nintendo's region free. Be region free, iTunes. So anyway, that is all. Oh, you know what? No, it's not. That isn't all. Follow us, Instagram, Twitter. I'm at Nintendo Gurus. Toby is at Toby's_take on Twitter, at Amiibo_.
Yep.
Workshop on the Instagrams. The podcast at NinPlay Podcast. Now, that is all. See me later.
Yes, and look out for TJ Custom Conquest. He is editing the video that I've collaborated with him on. So that should be up soon, so look out for that. So thanks for watching.
Yes.
Bye.
No plugs. Who gave you the right to plug?
Dude, you just plugged our Instagrams.
That's different. That's different. You need to tell me before you do this stuff. You didn't get approvals before. I'm cutting that out of the show.
I'm cutting that out.